Hey everybody, Gabe Jenkins back with you. We're going to be talking about the trim tool today, which is a super useful tool that you're going to use like a gazillion times, and almost anytime you try to draw anything with AutoCAD. The trim tool is located up here in the modify suite of tools. So it's up next to, rotate and mirror and scale and copy and all these things. So it's right here. It's trim. Looks like a little pair of scissors. So what trim does is it cuts away part of a line next to the closest intersection, closest place where that line intersects with another line, right? So let's say I got this crazy little face right here, and it obviously isn't all that attractive, and I want to try to make it a little bit more attractive. Sometimes you want to get rid of an entire element, right? So like this whole thing right here, this ear and that ear, they're kind of gross looking. They don't really look that great. So sometimes if you want to erase an entire element of your drawing, a whole thing, you can use the erase feature, which looks like the bottom of a pencil, and you can just click on something and click on something, hit enter, and it's gone. That's fine. Sometimes you want to get rid of the whole thing. Cool. Many more times, especially when you're designing much more complex drawings and you're trying to compose a complex image made up of lots of smaller discrete elements, you're going to find that you're going to want to create a feature, but then just kind of eliminate part of it by trimming it away. So what the trim feature does is it allows you to cut away not the whole thing, but just part of a line. So I got this crazy mouth right here, and I was just trying to really quickly draw like a pumpkin, like a jack-o'-lantern. But I don't want the teeth coming above here. So I want to trim away these top parts, but I don't want to get rid of the teeth. I just want to get rid of these top parts up here. So if I go up here to the trim tool, and you can see it kind of, if you just hover in it, like any other tool in AutoCAD, it's going to give you a drop down, kind of like a quick description of what that tool does and how it works. If you click on it, it's going to ask you, how do you want to trim? Where do you want to trim things? So I'm going to zoom in here on the mouth real quick just so you can see more carefully what I'm doing. So if I hover over a part of a line, you'll see it'll just delete that part, right? It trims away that part. So I can click on it, right? Click on this part too. See, it doesn't take, that's a different part of the line, so it doesn't get rid of that. But anything I'm touching, basically, it shows you what's gonna happen if you click. So hovering over it, click, it trims it away. So you can touch specific parts of the line and then click on them, or you can do this. You can click with your mouse, and anything you touch is going to be trimmed away. Okay. Now, be careful. If as long as you have not hit enter yet, it's going to think of all of these trims as one series of trims that's kind of like one step. So, for example, if I made a mistake now and said, oh geez, I didn't want to do that. If I hit undo, it's going to pull all of them back, right? It's going to bring all those things back, right? But if I hit trim now and just kind of go, okay, I want to trim away all these things here. Boom, boom, boom. Enter. Now I've hit enter. Now it's done, right? So just be careful as if you want to just kind of be a little bit more conservative in terms of trimming things. You can do it a few different times, right? You can trim a few things, hit enter, trim a few more things, hit enter. That way, if in case you're trying to like trim away like 500 little pieces of lines and you make a mistake at the end, there's no way to really just go back one little mini trim. So just be careful when you use it. It's super useful though. I'm going to make a later video about how to use the extend tool, but just as a quick preview, on the back side of trim, on like if you do the drop down menu, there's a thing called extend, which is the opposite of trim, right? It takes a little line out here and extends it until it hits the next thing. So say these teeth here didn't quite hit the bottom, kind of depending upon where on this line I touch it, it will extend it in that direction until it reaches the next line. So I can just like click here, click here, click here, and it's just going to keep on extending those things until it runs into another line. So trim and extend are kind of like opposites of each other, right? So you could extend this line, make a nose. I'm going to hit enter to end that thing, and then if I wanted to just trim away that extra little bit, boom, done. Okay, so that's a really useful tool. It's the trim tool. I think you're going to use it a gazillion times, and I hope you enjoyed using it on all your future assignments. All right, everybody, have a great day.